Sometimes the sword just won't work. You swing and swing, but the enemy doesn't fall. That's when you need patience, strategy, and precision. And that's where our second weapon comes in, the safe lock. Completing the square is like carefully cracking an open vault, step by step, piece by piece until the treasure is yours. Remember in our first video, these 3 steps to crack any quadratic, I showed you the 3 weapons. We already mastered the sword of factoring. If you haven't seen that, check it out because today we are unlocking the secrets of the safe lock. The first step when using completing the square as the weapon is that you divide through by the coefficient of s squared. If the coefficient of s squared is 1, then you don't need to divide through. So now let's divide through by 2 so that we will have s squared plus 8 divided by 2 gives 4. So this will be 4s then minus 5 equals 0. That is the first step. The second step is to move the constant over to the other side so that we have x squared plus 4x to be equal to, we move this constant to this side and we'll be having 5 because when negative moves, it becomes positive. Next step, which is the third step, is to find the square of half of the coefficient of x. Let's first find half of the coefficient of x, that is half of 4. Half of 4 is what? 2. Then we find the square, that gives 4. That is the third step. Now, the next step is that we will add what we just got to both sides so that we will have x squared plus 4x, add it to this side, plus 4 will be equal to 5, then plus 4. Now, the left side has become a perfect square. And how do you know that it is a perfect square? What you have to do is, what is the square root of this? The square root of this is x. The square root of this is 2, right? Now, if you multiply this together and you double it and it gives you what you have in the middle here, then it is a perfect square. That is, if you say 2x times 2, that will give 4x. So that's how to know that this is a perfect square. And once you confirm that, okay, it is a perfect square, we've gotten a perfect square, then you go to the next step, which means writing out the perfect square. That means the perfect square will be x plus 2 square. If you have negative here, then it will be x minus 2 all square. Then this will be equal to 9. Now, after getting here, the next step is to find the square root of both sides so that x plus 2 will be equal to plus or minus 3. X plus 2 will be equal to plus or minus 3. Now, let's take plus 2 to the other side. So that means x will be equal to plus or minus 3, plus or minus 3 then minus 2. So x will be equal to plus 3 minus 2 or minus 3 minus 2, and x will be equal to 1 or negative 5. The lock may look heavy, but the right moves always crack it open. Now, it's your turn to practice unlocking quadratics. Grab your pen and carefully follow the safe lock steps. But what if the numbers are too wild, too messy, and you don't even want to try factoring or completing the square? That's when we bring out our ultimate weapon, the golden key. That's the quadratic formula. It is the master key that unlocks every quadratic. So hit the subscribe button because in the next video, we will unlock the golden key and end the battle once and for all.